Hey, how you doing today? I got something positive to talk about today. Yeah, on the suicide subject. Yeah, positive. Really? You want to hear something? This whole story that I'm going to tell you today, this is called Mad as Hell at Waking Up. That happened. That happened to me. I woke up. I told you the story on another video. But I woke up with my wife beating me on my back after I had tried to do something to myself. Anyway, that's not the positive thing. The positive thing is that when I looked up at her and I saw her face, I went from, wow, wanting nothing to do with even myself, to, wow, it's my wife. I'm alive. Crap! Why am I alive? And then I looked back up at her and I went to myself, I can't do this. So, taking 132 40 milligram Oxycontin didn't kill me because I was so full of the opioids. I had it. I was like a zombie. But the positive part about this whole thing, there's positiveness about this because I came out of it. I was finding ways, and now I'm trying to help people and talk to people. And you know what? You know what's really neat is when you're talking to people, and people, it's amazing how people come to you and talk to you, and you find out things, and you actually learn things about yourself by talking to people. And that's what I'm trying to do in this bodyandmindredesign.com website, is just be there for you. Just, if you feel something or hear something in some of these stories that you say, wow, that's what I feel like. That's what I'm trying to do, is get across to you. This whole thing that I do is unscripted. I'm just talking to you because this is all from the heart. But I was talking to someone, and they started telling me how they felt at one low point in their life. And it was beautiful. It was exactly how I felt. The lowest of the lows, the dark of the dark. But it was beautiful. You know why? Because I had been there and I understood that there's no need to be there. There's not, and this person understood too because they didn't go through with anything that they were even contemplating, if they were at all. But the feelings that you have is what I'm trying to get across to people here. I have something to read. I want to read something to you here. Now, I never read. You've noticed that because it's all from me. But this, when this person told me what they were talking about, I asked to ask him, could you write it down? This is beautiful. Because you can help people. You might be able to reach people. I'd like to use this on my website. And so that's what I'm doing. So what he wrote down was this. This is the feeling. Think about just the feeling of being like this. Because this is what it feels like. This is amazing. It's on paper. And this is what talking does. Being able to open up and be able to talk to people. So I want to pass this on to you. I also like to be able to read. I need glasses. I'm getting old. I am old. Hey. Anyway. It says you're in such a deep and dark place within yourself that you make that problem external. And instead of it just being it now, just being or focusing on your problem within yourself, it grows tentacles and becomes other people's or factors' fault. Blame is passed on to other factors or people. Your own blame and guilt is now blaming someone else or something else. It becomes even deeper and darker. And yet, this person, this is what's so positive. I love these people. I love people talking to people because the results are what's so beautiful. This is the positive part. Came up with this. This is his answer, and it worked for him. You need to fix oneself first. You must be happy from within yourself before you can spread happiness. So they say, money does not buy you happiness. This is true. And this is the most prolific thing on this whole thing. Because this is the message he's been trying to get across through this whole thing. And he does it so beautifully. You must be happy from within first. Isn't that great? Isn't that positive? It's so wonderful. You know why? Because it's so true. Because just like these set of steps. Now, these set of steps, the reason I'm out here is because these are an old set of steps. Now, this house was built in the 1800s, and then another portion in the 1920s, and then in the 1930s. And then in 1980s, we remodeled the inside and stuff. But these steps were the original steps between two portions of the house, and they're curved. And the bottom step is the smallest one. And as it goes up, they get a little bit bigger. And right about here is the biggest one. And it's at an angle. I mean, you can still just walk right off this thing. There's nothing there. There's no banisters or anything. But what I'm getting at is that's the best step. Because that's the biggest step that you can turn around on. You see, this right here, what we were just talking about, it's down here in the bottom step. And as you come up these steps and you get higher and higher, pretty soon you're up there. You are up here, looking down, going, yes, I made it. I did it. That's the positive part about this whole thing. I'm telling you, you can do it. All of us, we can all do it. I'm still doing it every day. I'm trying so hard every day. And I fail. I make mistakes. But we can't let it get to us. We got to keep going on. Like I keep saying, you fail, move on. Don't do it again. Go. Win. Become a winner again. One more time. Just keep winning. That's why I have this website. bodyandmindredesign.com. YouTube, Facebook. You see what we can do? You see what can happen just talking? I'm not a doctor. I have no credentials. And I have to keep telling you this, okay? And it sounds scripted that way because it's the same thing, because I have to tell you. All I want to do is talk to you. Talk to you. Get a hold of me. Website, Gmail, YouTube, Facebook. I'm all out there. All videos. This video is going right up today. Please, come to my site. If anything, just to listen. If you just want to keep listening, and you never want to contact me, if I'm helping you, please keep coming back. And that's all I'm asking. So just remember one thing. I was mad as hell when I woke up. I mean, mad. But I've never been happier. I'm having to do this every day of my life. I have to keep training my mind every day how wonderful this is. And don't let any of these problems that I still have get to me in here. Keep it out of here. So if any of these tips help you, try to start doing that. Or these stories make you feel good or feel, wow, yes, I can do it too. Yes, you can. And I can't do it for you. I can't tell you what I did might not work for you, okay? But at least it gives you something to work with. And maybe you can tell me and other people can talk like this. Maybe this is going to help someone. I know it is. So please, come back to the site, follow me, join the newsletter. Newsletter's coming out. Please, bodyandmindredesign.com. Again, you want to get up there? Get mad as hell, wake up, and see how wonderful life really is. Adios. Next time. Can't wait for the next tip.